Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, guys. So I think today we need to discuss already about our project two deliverable, PT, our PT project. So like we all know, our project name is electricity and utility, right? Utility bill management. Utility bill management. Okay. So based on the rubric, we need to first identify the classes, and we just describe very briefly about the classes, what they will have, and then we need to justify the relationship and all of that. So first thing first, let me start first lah. I think based on our PT2 first deliverable, which is the proposal, we already identified three target user, right? Which is
User,
um
resident,
resident,
admin,
resident, admin,
data.
and also staff, right?
Yes.
So I think each of these guys will need to go to similar step to get into our system. For example, like TNB, right? TNB, they have a login system. Before you want to access their menu, all of that, you need to log in for them to identify you as resident or admin or stuff, right? So I think for that, we should create a parent class, which let's call it uh, user, user lah. Let's call it user. So this class, I think, will hold the attributes that three of this class will have, uh, which will be used on the login part, which is the username and password lah, I think. So I think here we need to apply inheritance lah, because these three classes will all have the same attribute, which is from the user parent class. Do you guys agree?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So I'm a bit uh I don't have any idea for our function class, meaning because each of them from our proposal, each of them have their own works, right? Like uh resident can see the reading, can make payment, the admin can manage user, the staff can input reading. They all have different action, right? So I don't really have a rough idea on how we can make a class. Do you guys have any idea for this?
Okay, well, for me, I think because the three common things between the each user is that they will, for example, resident will, let's say, it will want to see their meter, and then resident want also to do billing, while admin will also manage the billing and also manage the meter, while the staff will input the meter reading. So I think we should make a class for we should make a meter class for so that it can be easy for each three users to access, and also a bill class. So we will have a meter and a bill class. Yes, I agree with them.
Mm, okay, okay. So meaning we will have a billing class, billing
Meter
class,
reading.
and also what Danish is now
Meter reading. Meter class.
meter class. Okay, okay. So I think this is already a good start for us, because yeah, like Danish said, they all have a very similar function, right? Which is admin can also see billing, staff can also staff can, yeah, staff can generate billing lah, I think, logically lah. Resident of course can ask for bills, right? So do you guys have any idea, Anaki or Adam?
Well, I think this is one class that is missing since there is billing and meter, we should make a payment class, and since I mean there is three class which apa
Oh, another class payment, right? Yeah, I forgot to add. So meaning these three class will be about our function, lah, right, Danish?
Sure, sure. And yeah, that's right. And then let's make, let's say, one master class which will control all of these subclasses.
Okay, so meaning what you are trying to propose is create another class which will control, which will um logically, I mean like a control class lah, a class,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, a class that can control the, I think let's name it billing system. So this class will control every aspect of the system, meaning the logical part, right? The calculation part, which will be given the apa, the parameter, I would say, will be given by each of the class, right? Okay, okay. So for the attributes, do you guys have any idea?
So, like you just mentioned, Fahan, in the beginning, in the user class, we can do the user ID, the password, and also, of course, the all the function where we get the user ID, we clarify the password whether it is true or false. And for the resident, I mean, we can do like unit number, you know, a different household with different unit number where we could also show the menu to the resident. Next is maybe I think stuff where we could do the where they can access things that only department can access. So we can make a function class. It is named get department. Which department the staff is from? I think that's some attributes that I see we can apply in this case.
Okay, okay. I think that's a great idea. But I think the most significant part that you mentioned just now is the show menu. Yeah, I just think about that. Uh, yeah, it's logic because each of the user will have different menu, right, when they are logged in. So I think each of the user should have a show menu because they all will have different menu, right? So their show menu function will be different, right?
Yes, it can differentiate the user rule.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. But I think instead of listing each of the show menu in the resident, how about we just make use of this inheritance, right? So we just show menu at the user, so automatically three of these will inherit, right? Yeah. Okay, okay. Thank you, Anaki and Adam. Okay. So I think for admin we don't need any attribute because yeah, like admin just do their own job. They don't have to pass anything. They are basically the manager of the system. So they don't need to really pass anything or get anything. Get maybe yes lah, not pass. So I think for the billing, we can of course we can create an attribute like the bill ID, right? Because every bill have their different ID, right? So bill ID, something like that. And then the date, right? The date,
The total amount for the bill,
yeah, yeah, the total amount.
the bill for the month,
Sorry?
total amount, and I think you can add for 1 month for the March, April like that. Do you understand it?
Okay, the month, the bill month. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like our electricity bill month, right? And our like
Yes.
electricity bill, right? You must have
Yes.
month, time, and all. Yeah, also time, right? Time,
For the payment also, for the billing payment.
billing payment. Okay. Yeah, I think that's more than enough. How about the meter?
Well, for the meter, I think since it roughly revolves around reading, I think we should have a reading ID. Or let's say, I think let's say we should have, for example, like reading date. I think that's just okay. And I think for the payment, we should make like a payment ID, and then we should make like the amount paid. And let me add for the billing system. Well, I mean, well, the billing system will mainly use the billing, the meter, and the payment as a vector. So I think we should make a vector which consists of user, bills, something like yeah, like that, user and bills. And let's discuss about the relationship between the users and the classes.
Okay. That's a great idea. Using vectors, right? It's a very efficient way to make use of our system, right? Because vector is very resizable, right? So yeah, I think the billing system part is will be very long since it's the controller part. So I think we will list this down more detail in our UML diagram, but it will consist of vectors of user, right? User, vector of payments, bill, right? Thank you for the concept, Danish. And lastly, I think we should identify the relationship, right? So I think, like I said just now, this is also already a relationship which we apply the concept of inheritance, right? Because each of our user class will inherit from a parent class, which is user. So do you guys have any idea for the other class? What's the relationship?
Well, I think we could make, let's say, association class for the billing and payment because they are related. Uh, and then, yeah, I think that's okay.
Okay. So meaning the billing and yeah, it's logic because without the payment, how can the bill exist, right? Something like that lah. So I think here we will have a connection. I think to be detailed, I think it should have a composition, right? Because without the payment, billing cannot exist, right? So I think this should be a composition. And then, since Danish mentioned this, I think uh, the resident and the payment, because since the resident is the one will make the payment, I think they should have a relationship too, which is I think the most logical one is um aggregation, the weak relationship, because since even the even if the resident is there, um, not really. I think it's between the resident and the bill lah, the resident and the bill. So meaning even the resident, if the resident exists, doesn't mean that the bill should be gone, right? If the resident is deleted, doesn't mean the bill will be deleted too, right? So I think that here we'll have a aggregation. Mm, okay, I think this this is okay already for our discussion. So do you guys have any other idea to be added? Okay,
Actually, no more.
I
That's
think
all.
yeah,
I
I
think.
think this is already a lot lah for just a brief discussion. Okay.
Uh, Wait, I think we can identify that the relationship between billing system and user bill and the meter, because the aggregation relationship concept, which is the even though the object is related to the system, billing system, I mean the class, but it can still exist. I think Farhan can explain it a little more detail, I think.
Yeah, I can understand what you are trying to say, meaning uh the user. I don't really get what you are trying to explain. Can you explain again?
No. Okay, okay. For example, a bill can be created and still exist even if we restart the system or temporarily remove it from the collection. Um,
Okay, I understand. But I think for now, this relationship is enough. I think if there's more any other added relationship, we can add on the UML diagram lah. Do you guys have any more ideas? Okay. So let's end the meeting right here lah. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye
uh,
guys.